Available in a second. Okay, so you got the message. It's being recorded for everybody. Site is muted. And I have to keep it muted for me as well. It's gonna be nice. Okay, so very nice, starting with this one here. And sharing screen, sharing the content. We will talk about the content, which is important. So thank you for having me this night, people. Very happy to see both of you. Pedro studies with us. It's nice to have Pedro to join us for the first time here, Pedro. And okay, I can hear you, Pedro. I can hear you. Unless you say something, I could talk to Natasha. So Natasha is working finally. Can you say hi? Say hi. Yeah, your audio for me seems to be okay, but I cannot hear you any sound. Okay, maybe you can turn up the volume. Okay, because for me I can hear Natasha. Natasha, say something again.
Hi.
Yes, I can hear her. Okay, she's 100%. Okay, so you might just check the volume or something, maybe the microphone, check the microphone, whether the microphone is muted. Okay, so Natasha, for tonight we have the neighborhood where I grew up, which is the Craig Albertson, and talking about the Peter Maritzburg. Did you have the chance to check his video, to see and listen to his story? Yeah, because now tonight we're gonna talk about it. I can repeat because Pedro hasn't watched it. Say something, Natasha, please.
No, I didn't watch the video.
No problem. We're gonna watch it tonight. Okay, since we've been recording for the others as well. And then here, of course, we have the opportunity to watch him. We saw the first video, which was important. And Pedro, just I noticed you can hear us. If you can hear us, we will do this first activity here, which is based on identifying pros and cons. Okay, so this is the most important, pros and cons. We check that, the pros and cons in certain neighborhoods, where we live, what is good, what is bad, okay? And for Craig Eberson is talking about his hometown in South Africa. Watch and circle the topics he mentions. Okay, let's see, for example, if you can hear green space, nightlife, crime, public transportation, housing, neighbors, traffic, jobs, okay? So we will see that will be very important in this talk, okay? So this time, let's see here.
I'm from South Africa. I grew up in a city called Pietermaritzburg. It's in the west of the country, not so far from Durban. I grew up in a quiet neighborhood in the suburbs. It's a really nice place with a lot of nature and green space. There are a lot of fruit trees around. And as children, we used to pick the fruit and hang out and eat it all day. Traffic isn't so heavy, so the children can play in the streets. I spent a lot of time outside when I was young. There's a university in Pietermaritzburg, so the nightlife is pretty good near the city center. The only downside, I guess, is that in my neighborhood, the public transportation isn't very good. So it's a bit difficult to get around if you don't have a car. But it was a really good place to grow up. I think I was pretty lucky to live there.
All right, seems to be great. Okay, talking about Peter Maritzburg, okay? Peter Maritzburg, that's the city in South Africa. Natasha, this is the city I was talking about. It was having certain conflicts in South Africa recently. If we just check the news on YouTube, you can see what happened. We were expecting the others to come and just participate with us, sharing the same ideas. Okay, so here we have the identifying pros and cons. For example, Natasha, were you able to hear one of those words according to the exercise 10.2? Take a look. Which words? Yeah, which words have you heard? Have you listened?
I heard green space, nightlife, public
Nightlife.
transportation,
Okay.
and traffic.
And the traffic. That's okay. Excellent. And if you will watch again, can we list the pros and cons? Do you believe we have to listen one more time, watch one more time so you can write it down, the pros and cons about living in Pietermaritzburg?
Yeah.
Or
sure.
you can remember. If you can remember, it's okay.
I think I can remember.
All right. If you can remember, tell me the pros.
And the pros are green space, and nightlife, and traffic, because say that they didn't have much traffic. It was a very quiet neighborhood.
That's a quiet neighborhood. All right.
Yes.
And what about the cons?
The public transportation wasn't very good.
Okay, so it's difficult to get around. This is the downside. The downside is that if you don't have a car, you cannot get around so easily. All right, that's okay. Pedro, that would be great when you fix the microphone so we can just involve you in a conversation. I'm sorry that so far we just put you in a bit of a situation, but we are pretty happy that we're gonna get you there, and then as soon as possible, we're gonna be talking, we're gonna be speaking, okay? So, and now let's move on here. We, of course, have lots of things to talk about here. And the critical thinking, okay? So when we talk about the critical thinking, we have the critical thinking evaluating. Does Albertson generally like or dislike his neighborhood according to what he says, Natasha? How do you evaluate his conversation?
I think he likes the neighborhood because say that it was a very quiet neighborhood. That because of the university, they had a good nightlife. So I think he enjoyed.
That's okay. Yes, unfortunately nowadays, Pietermaritzburg is not that place he is speaking anymore. We hope it gets better with the passing of days, because there were civil turmoil and a civil conflict in the city. Okay, probably, hopefully it's gonna be better. I'm not sure whether it's 100% okay, but we expected this to get better. Okay, and let's go to speaking now. Okay, talking about your neighborhood. Okay, and what does a speaker B like about her new neighborhood? We're gonna watch the video. Okay, pay attention to that, and then of course we're gonna have the conversation. But Pedro, until Pedro gets his microphone on. But let's see here and let's see what she doesn't like about her neighborhood.
I hear you moved to a new place.
Yeah, I did. I moved last month.
So, how do you like your neighborhood?
Well, it's okay. The streets are really clean, and there are a lot of parks nearby, but the traffic is really heavy.
Yeah? Maybe you should take the train.
I thought about it, but I heard it's not very reliable.
So, why don't you buy a bike? It's good exercise.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll think about it.
Okay, so what can you tell me about what she says regarding to her neighborhood? What does she like it?
I think she likes this because the streets are clean and because there are a lot of parks, but she doesn't really like because of the traffic.
Okay, excellent. Understand. So that's the problem. Romulo, good evening. Welcome. Okay.
Good evening.
We are recording the classes. Good evening. Romulo, as you can see, we are advancing the class. We are exercise 10.3, letter A, talking about speaking right now. And we watch the video. If you can just watch the video, that would be great. Natasha, can we just practice this reading right now, if possible? You see, for example, we have the words in blue, place, apartment, house. Those words we can replace. Remember, sometimes if you have extra information about it, you can just also put new words. For example, we are talking about apartment, but if you travel to London, there they use the word flat. Okay, they live in they have a flat. All right, of course, we can just extend our conversation here and have like extra information about the houses you have. Maybe you live in a villa and something like that. Okay, Romulo, that's the reading as well. So I will just advise you, Romulo, to watch this here. At least you can watch it to see the pronunciation for the conversation. I'm sending to WhatsApp, okay, which will be nice for both of you, and then sending back to the lesson to our, okay, so now it's page 111, page 111. Click on the video, Romulo, watch that. I will read with Natasha. Natasha, I will be letter A and you're gonna be letter B, okay?
Okay.
I hear you moved to a new house.
Yeah, I did. I moved last month.
So, how do you like your neighborhood?
Well, it's okay. The streets are clean, are really clean, and there are a lot of stores nearby. But the traffic is really heavy.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you should take the train.
I thought about it, but I heard it is not very reliable.
Reliable. So
Reliable.
why don't you buy a bike? It's a good exercise.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'll think about it.
I'll think about it. That's okay. All right. So, and this is a simple one. We're gonna see Romulo to see whether he watched that, and then he can also participate by reading this. And we can change the conversation now, Natasha, before Romulo reads. And I will ask, and then you will replace it for the information about yourself. Okay, let's create a new conversation here. Okay, Natasha, I hear you moved to a new city.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and so how do you like your new city?
My new city it's nice. There are a lot of good stores and restaurants, I think, to be here.
Oh, that's okay. And what about the cons? You told me the pros, and what about the cons?
The cons, I think, the traffic and the streets are not very clean.
That's right. That's all right. So maybe you can talk to the municipality to clean and organize the traffic.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Okay, that's okay. It's not that a bad. That's not a bad idea. Okay, fantastic. All right, so pretty simple. This one, of course, we are talking about trivial information. Romulo, now I'd like to hear you, if you have the chance to watch and listen, to read A, B, and you can read both. Can you do that, Romulo, please? The whole conversation. But your microphone is off. If you don't turn the microphone, it will not happen.
The question B or A?
You're gonna read A and B.
A and B, okay. Are we complete?
Yes, you read the full text.
Okay. I hear you moved to a new place or apartment. Yes, I did. I moved last month. So how do you like your neighborhood? Well, it's okay. The streets are really clean and there are a lot of stores nearby, but the traffic is really heavy. Yeah, maybe you should take the train. I thought about it, but I heard it's not very reliable. So why don't you buy a bike? It's good exercise. It's good exercise. Yes, that's a good idea. I will think about it.
I think about it.
I think about it.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it. That's okay.
I'll think about
so, yeah, let's think about your neighborhood, your real neighborhood right now. Okay, and what are its pros and cons where you live? Okay, so you can just talk to me about your pros, the pros and cons. I will start talking about my neighborhood. Okay, my neighborhood is well located. I think we are not so far from downtown. There are small shops in the neighborhood, so if we need something, we just don't need to get too far. So we have everything available from hospitals, emergency rooms, drugstores, catering services, grocery stores, candy stores, hamburger shops. Everything is just around and we can do that very easily. Besides the fact that we use lots of delivery services, the neighborhood can offer also something nearby if you just want to do that. The cons, I would say, sometimes it's very noisy because we just live by a very crowded street. It's very busy along the day, certain times of the night, and this sometimes is not good for my work. Okay, that's what happened. The pros, we have pretty much everything we need, and the cons, the noise because of the traffic, heavy traffic. Okay. All right, so Natasha or Romulo or maybe Pedro, you can tell me which one you can start it. So you want to talk about it. If you want to talk, Pedro, you can also record a message and I can play the message on WhatsApp for everybody. So yeah. Because you can hear us, but you can speak. So you speak on WhatsApp and then I spread here a broadcast information. Romulo, would you like to start talking about your neighborhood, the pros and cons?
Yeah.
Please start.
Okay. My neighborhood is pros, the nearby shopping mall, drugstores, green stores, the not so far downtown, and everything. And cons, traffic, very noisy, because my side street, the great fluxo, como fala fluxo? Traffic mesmo?
No, heavy traffic. Heavy traffic.
Heavy traffic, heavy traffic. And so that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, and what about you, Natasha? What can you tell us about your neighborhood, and Pedro as well? If you want to share, Pedro, that's okay.
My neighborhood is a very
Yes.
quiet neighborhood. It is close to a hospital, and it is close to BR, nos motores.
Okay.
But the streets are very esburacados, não sei como falar.
They have potholes. Potholes.
Potholes.
Potholes.
They have
potholes. I'm sorry about the potholes, okay? Potholes.
Yeah.
Potholes. Oh, this one here can take a shower. Oh, nice. It's okay. So that's nice. You can take a shower sometimes. Okay. And the potholes are very bad. Sorry about this. Oh, look at this place here. Is your street just like that or no?
Yeah, it is just like that.
Okay, take a look here. Potholes on our roads that take 10 lives every day. Say, you see, for example, in some places, the potholes are responsible for killing people. Because people just, they have car crashes and everything. This is a very sad story. Natasha, I'm sorry about that, okay? I'm sorry to hear that. So we gotta be very careful about this because this causes accidents. People have no control. You see, when we took a look here, let me stop this one here. So look at the size of this pothole. Look at this one here. Potholes could swallow aisle of the right. Okay, so this is just across the car. It's not easy. Potholes. This was not the word found on the exercise, but now you know what a pothole is, what the potholes are. All right. Those are the cons, Natasha.
Yes.
Those are the cons. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. This is really bad. It's bad. But look at this one. This is a nice pothole in the shape of a heart. Wow. Okay. Love found in the very nice places, okay? So, but people hate pothole. People are very angry about that because we know the dangers involved in potholes. So please take it note. Oh, Humble disappeared. He's gone. Now we come back to the lesson, okay? So no more potholes right now. So Humble is coming back. And now let's continue on nice neighborhoods. So here we have nice neighborhoods. Language focus here, giving advice and making suggestions. All right, so this one here, I want you to take a look. And in your case here, Natasha and the Romulo and the Pedro, I'd like you to take a look at the numbers and see, try to remember whether your neighborhood has everything here that has been shown, okay? Safety and low crime. Think about that. Think about that. Pedro, I got the audio here. You're gonna listen, I'm gonna share to everyone, okay? So that would be good. Just a second here. Put the audio, fantastic. Okay. Chat here. Okay, I need to get the notebook to follow up with the media. I'll be right back. That's okay. I got your message here, but it was an old message. Okay, old story. Let me see and play here. Just a second.
My neighbors is so very easily to alive, but eu já fui assaltado na esquina da minha casa. Não sei como falar isso em inglês. Enfim, fica na esquina da minha casa.
Oh, on the corner of my house.
Enfim,
on the corner.
Is really proximate for shopping center, hospitals, and every other things for I don't remember now. I must live near Natasha Street here. It's full of holes.
Ah, okay. It's full of potholes. Is that the same, Pedro? Full of potholes nearby your house as well, or no? Oh, yeah. I think it's everywhere. I think it's everywhere. All right. That's okay. So now let's take a look here. Thank you so much, Pedro, for sharing that. So people could hear your voice. That's nice. Okay. And sometimes the idea of those lessons is to find out words that we still don't know. All right. So you see, we didn't even think about bringing the potholes, but Natasha brought the potholes to the conversation. Okay, which is bad for her neighborhood, but it was good for our conversation class. Now we know about potholes. Potholes. We got the potholes in his hands. Okay, so this is not a good singer, but I'm saying that to everyone. Okay, so let's continue here, sharing the audio material. Let's go back here. Safety and low crime. Make a list. So you're gonna talk about that. How do you see your neighborhood? Does it have safety? It provides the safety you need, low crime rates, okay? And green space and parks. What can you tell me? Do you have green space and parks in your neighborhood? Number 3, availability of jobs. Do you believe it's easy to find a job in your neighborhood, or you need to go far to find a job, okay? Number 4, air quality. Is the air quality pure? Do you have a pure air in your neighborhood, or is it too much polluted? Is it polluted? Okay. Number 5, entertainment and nightlife. Is your neighborhood plenty of entertainment so you can just enjoy the place, and then the nightlife, is it good or is it far? Number 6, water quality. How is the water quality? Because many people don't know, sometimes you are off grid, water is not available. People in certain areas of Brazil, they have to walk several miles a day just to bring water home. In our case, it's very easy. We go to the sink, we open the tap, we fill it up our glasses and mugs and jugs, and then we have water, drinking water from the tap. And other people know they have to get it, so they have some containers they just put on over their shoulders, and they walk, and the water quality is really something people will have to think about it. All right. So number 7, good roads, no potholes. Number 8, good schools. Think about that. Do you have everything? What do people look for when choosing a neighborhood? A recent survey found that personal safety tops the list, but many other things also help. Okay, so we always think about that. Safety for me is what I think most of the time, okay? Okay, so think about that. You can talk whenever you like it. Okay, so we can share that information. So I'll think first about myself here, okay? As I said, first I think about safety and low crime, because I have my family. I want my family to be protected. Water quality for me is also important. It has to be available, because water, clean water, means healthy. Okay, healthy people. Good schools are important, because my toddler is just about to go to school. and it has not to be so far, okay, since we have to drop him there. Air quality is important because the quality of air during this dry season causes people with, lung problems, respiratory problems. And nightlife and entertainment is also important, since my family needs to find a place to relax and to enjoy life, okay? Okay, people, let's see here. And I will play for you before you speak and tell me about your points. I will play 10.4 if you haven't already played. And this one will talk about people, okay, people giving suggestion. We will talk about how to do that in a nice way. When you give a suggestion, you have to be nice. Let's start with this one here. Pretty nice, 10.4. Let's listen.
What makes a great neighborhood? What do people look for when choosing a neighborhood? A recent survey found that personal safety tops the list, but many other things also help, such as green space and parks, the availability of jobs, air quality, entertainment and nightlife, water quality, good roads, and good schools.
Okay, pretty simple. It's just basically what we talked about it together. And let's go back here and see what it is, okay, how it goes. Okay, so Romulo or Natasha or even Pedro, if you're ready to shoot, just shoot, okay? Anyone wants to start and share? Yeah, so you see, you'll be free to talk about this later if you prefer, or even record the message, okay? Let's continue here on this activity. So when we talk about giving advice, people, I will just share with you our virtual blackboard. Okay, it's not a whiteboard, but I put here a green board. I really enjoy the green. And then let's talk about giving advice. Okay, giving advice. It's important when you say use the word advice as a noun, or you can use advise as a verb, okay? So I will give you a piece of advice. Advice. It's uncountable, okay? Uncountable. You never say advices, plural. Always a piece of advice. It's important. And of course, say my mother advised me not to drink booze. Okay, so you see in this case, we are using advise as a verb. Pay attention in this little detail. So in many cases, the words you have, they might be a noun, they might be a verb, so you can check whether the words are available or not for you. So it's always important to check a dictionary, as I always recommend, that you can check Lingui, Linguist is our favorite dictionary so far. You put here like a device here, and that we bring for you, and we'll clarify what I just said. Okay, look at that. That's advice as a noun, and then you click here, and
Advice.
Advice, and you can hear a bridge.
Advice.
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 Advice. And then you can change it for advise and see as a verb. As I said, look at that, it's a verb. And I click here.
To advise.
To advise. To advise.
To advise.
To advise. All right, so you have both. You have British, you have American. You enjoy whatever you think is the best for you, okay? And let's go back here. Let's go back to giving a device. When you provide a device to people, you say, for example, use the magical words because you're giving a device. You're not using the imperative voice. You don't want to demand anything from people. So you say, for example, oh, yeah, my neighborhood has many potholes. Okay, my neighborhood is full of potholes. Okay, so advice. Advice number 1. You should talk to the mayor. Okay. Advice number 2. You could move to a new place. Advice number 3. Why don't you call the municipality and report the problem? Okay. Advice number 4. If I were you, I would do this, I would do that, I would do that, etc. Okay, so you always, when you come with a device, you will try to use this type of a sentence with the modal verbs, modal auxiliary verbs. You should do this, you could do that, why won't you do this? Okay, if I were you, I would do that. So you are providing a device. You don't want to be the master of the information. So you're sharing your 2 cents. Okay, giving advice is to share your 2 cents. Okay, I will give you my 2 cents. Okay, this is my humble contribution with a piece of advice. You don't want to sound arrogant when you give advice, that you, as if you know better, like, oh no, so I did this and this worked for me. Okay, that worked for you, it may not work for me. Okay, so we don't want to be arrogant. So we want to be very humble in talking to people. Okay, that's the same. Let me see here. If I have the 2 cents, okay? If we have that, I will share that information. It's a nice one, okay? Okay, so I found here, I believe we can just watch together. Just a second, share information, 1, 2, 3 for everyone. Let's see the 2 cents, okay?
Welcome to English in a Minute. If you have ever heard American English before, you have probably heard this phrase.
That's just my 2 cents.
Does it make you wonder what pennies have to do with giving someone advice? Let's listen and find out.
I love Nickelback.
I think their music is really boring and everybody doesn't like them, but that's just my 2 cents.
My 2 cents is a different way of saying my opinion or my thoughts on the subject. 2 cents isn't a lot of money. So saying something is just my 2 cents worth is saying that your opinion might not be worth that much to someone else. In life, everyone will not always agree with you. So saying this lets people know that. And that's English in a minute.
That's okay, all right. Exactly what I was thinking about. And let's go back here, okay? Close this one and share with everybody, okay? So I'll share this one. I'll share my 2 cents with everyone, okay? All right, okie dokie. All right, so we move on here. Remember, you just tell me what is important for you. I want to learn what is important in your neighborhood. Does your neighborhood have safety and low crime, green space and parks, air quality, good roads, good schools, water quality, entertainment and nightlife, and availability of jobs? Can you just provide that for me? Please make me happy. Yay! Romulo, what can you tell me about your neighborhood? One of those 8. Is there anything missing in your neighborhood?
So,
what's missing in your neighborhood? Yeah, you have 8 items.
My neighborhood has safety and low crime is excellent, and is no air quality so good roads, yes. Availability of jobs, yes.
Availability of jobs.
Availability of jobs, yes. Entertainment, nightlife, yes. Good cafes and restaurants nearby here. Water quality, yes. And good schools, excellent schools. Close here. So my neighborhood is very good.
Okay, excellent. In this case, very nice. Okay, so this is the point. This is the point. Okay. So and then what about you, Natasha? What can you tell me about your neighborhood in terms of those 8 points?
My neighborhood, I think safety and low crime. Yeah, we kind of have safety. Green spaces and parks, we do have green space. We have 2 parks nearby. Availability of jobs, we don't really have much jobs near here. Air quality, I think it's kind of good. Entertainment and nightlife, we don't really have very good nightlife here. It's actually very calm.
Okay.
Water quality, we do have a good water quality. Good roads, we don't have good roads, not at all. And good schools, we do have good schools. We have one near here.
Okay. All right. Do you have to go far for a school, or it's just around the corner?
It's actually kind of close. Yeah, we don't. It's not very far.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Very nice. Okay, this is good. Pedro, the same for you. If you want to send an audio about talking in your neighborhood and those 8 topics, it's up to you, okay? We don't want to push hard, but it was nice to hear our audio. We just share with the other students, everybody here. That's good. Let's go now to the topic 10.5, letter exercise B. A couple are talking about where to move. Watch and check the neighborhoods that each person likes. We are seeing here Brentonwood, Crestview, and the Woodlands. Okay, So let's take a look at this. Brentonwood, Crestview, and Woodlands, okay? And let's go to the maps and see here. Let's start with the Brenton Woods. Brenton Woods. Brenton Woods. Is that the Brenton Woods? Check it out. Brenton Wood, Crestview. Brenton Woods. Brenton Woods. Brenton Woods. And I think this one here is in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. All right. See the Brenton Woods. Okay, Brenton Woods, but Brenton Woods, Texas. Okay, Brenton, or Brenton. Brentwood. So Brentwood. In this case, we will not find it. Brentwood. New Hampshire, Texas. Look at that. That's in Dallas, as I said. Look at this. Beautiful. Is this the place or no? I'm not sure about that. No, that's not the Brentwoods I was looking for. And we have the Brentwoods. Oh, Brentwood Apartments. Oh, that's in a different place here. Because I know they are together, okay? So we check that to see that Brentwood Apartments and Crestview and everything, they are all close to each other. Okay, let me see here if we can find the others. Crestview Oaks. Is that California? Oh my goodness. I'm not sure about that. Let's see here. Look at this. Brenton Woods, Atlanta. I think this is okay, Atlanta, Brentwood here, Charlotte, and then we have to add another one, which is the Woodlands. Let's say the Woodlands, because they gotta be closer, okay? Woodlands. You see everything here. Brentwood, Woodlands. I think they're kind of far here because this one is, oh my goodness, just not so far from Pensacola. Yes. After we're gonna check it out, but this is what it is, okay? And I think this is not the neighborhood because it takes like a 781 miles, okay? But the Woodland camps, it's supposed to be here. It's not possible, okay? Brentwood Apartments, and even Crestview here, Florida. Don't think that one is the one. All right, so we can try to be here. Crestview, and Woodlake Camps, get something close nearby, and the Crestview. Woodlake, it's a Cleveland here. Crestview. I think that's nearby. 52 miles. Okay. That's reasonable if you're talking about this one here, this neighborhood. And the other one, as I said, is the Brentwoods. Brentwood. It has to be nearby. If it's not nearby, I think this is not the place. I remember the first time I found it, it's all in the United States, and this is what the couple is going to talk about. Remember, people, you have the neighborhoods, Brentwood, Crestview, and the Woodlands. You have a man and the woman talking. And then you have to see, okay, what each person likes about those places, Brentwood, Crestview, and Woodlands. I will play it now. Pay very good attention to this. And then we're gonna talk, you're gonna tell me what they like, what the men like, and what the woman talks about. Let's go back there, not this one here. We are going to, Okay, Roosevelt is speaking in the other one. So let me see. You didn't see the map the whole time. Oh, you haven't seen the map? I was checking the map here for you with the woodlands, Crestview. Oh, come on, people. That's really bad. Ah, this is so bad. Roosevelt, why? Oh, Lord, why? Look at this one here. Brentwood, Terrace, Healthcare. This is kind of far, okay? That's okay, no problem. So anyway, you haven't seen that before, and the neighborhood, but I don't think that's true neighborhood because this is 200 miles away. All right, so let's listen now. Let's go together, get this exercise. Pay attention, please.
Do you have any ideas yet about our new place? We need to move pretty soon.
Well, how about Brentwood? It's a beautiful area. There are lots of parks and green space.
Yeah, but it's too far from the office for me. What about Crestview instead? The nightlife is great there.
Crestview? No thanks. It's much too noisy.
Okay. Well, we could move to Woodlands, I guess. It's pretty green and it's not so far from work.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Why don't we go for a look around the neighborhood this weekend?
Do you want me to repeat the video again? Is it good to repeat or you capture everything? Okay, so I can just I can repeat if you like it. Okay, just a second.
Do you have any ideas yet about our new place? We need to move pretty soon.
Well, how about Brentwood? It's a beautiful area. There are lots of parks and green space.
Yeah, but it's too far from the office for me. What about Crestview instead? The nightlife is great there.
Crestview? No thanks. It's much too noisy.
Okay. Well, we could move to Woodlands, I guess. It's pretty green and it's not so far from work.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Why don't we go for a look around the neighborhood this weekend?
All right, people, so tell me, what did they say about Brentwood and who said that?
The man
who spoke about Brentwood? Who spoke about Brentwood? Well, does she like Brentwood or does the man like Brentwood?
The man far also for him. Only the beautiful area and lot parks and green spaces.
Where? Well, where are you talking about? You're talking about Brentwood.
Brentwood, yeah.
Okay. And what about Crestview?
Crestview, I listen there, but nightlife, the man saw, and the woman saw noisy.
Okay.
Very nice.
Natasha, for her, Crestview.
No.
Okay.
Crestview for
Okay.
her.
Crestview is noisy for her. All right. So and what about Woodlands? What about Woodlands, Natasha? What would you sell? What would you tell me?
They both like it, woodland, because it is green and it's not far.
Okay, that's okay. So, fantastic, fantastic. Talking about all syntaxes. Let me find this in all syntaxes for everybody here. Okay, first let's go to Brentwood, Austin, Texas. Okay, so we're gonna clear everybody here. That was in Austin, Texas. Oh, look at this. This is the Brentwood. Okay, Brentwood to Crestview, Austin, Texas. That was in Texas. Okay, I'm sorry. And the next one is the Woodlands. Woodlands, Austin. Okay. Yes, Woodlands. Well, blah, 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 blah. The Woodlands, Texas. Woodlands Camp. No, this one here. Let's take a look. Okay. Yeah, that one is a little bit far. Look at this, Woodlands Park, 23 kilometers. Okay, Crestview and the Brentwood, they are very close to each other. Austin, Texas. If you can check it, just take a look at the park. Let's see the vicinity. Let's see how it goes there. The neighborhood. Wow, wow, that map is complex. Okay. What would you say, Natasha? Would you live in this place? Yeah. Pedro, you have the reaction. I forgot you can have the reactions. Tell me, Natasha, is it good?
Yeah, it is good. It seems very green and
yes, green and peaceful. And it seems to be here. It's cool. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Sleeping Stone School. Wow. That's the stepping stone, not the sleeping. Stepping Stone School. That's a school. Looks like a house. Wow. Okay. Pedro, if you want to show the reactions the same, would you leave the place? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up. You would leave there. Home. What about you? Wow. Look at this place. Okay, so here we're talking about, that was the first one, Crestview. Let's take a look at Brentwood. Okay. Brentwood. That's Brentwood. If you have to compare, Natasha, which one's better?
This one, the other seems more green. This one seems like the traffic's more heavy.
Yeah, this is I got the streets now here, and I just got out of the avenue, so the avenue may be busy. Okay, but seem to get inside here to have a more like a, you know, a house is more residential area in this place here. Look at that. Yeah. If we continue, if we goes back to the place over there, so this is seems to be busier. This is the busy area. And oh, there's a There's a gas station here. Maybe good to go to places. Perhaps you're close to a hamburger shop or something. Okay, that's the Woodrow Avenue. Okay, seems to be nice. Look at the gas station here. Oh, gas station Shell. Ah, good quality. Okay. Yeah, they got like a Woodrow washateria. If you want a washateria, do you know what is a washateria or no? I have no idea what it is. It seems to be good. Washateria. Okay. Look at the name over there. Woodrow washateria. Okay. That's okay. So that's a C-Mart Ice House. 1,000 plus wines and craft beers and markets you can find inside this place. Oh, that's a place, a good place for booze. Okay. Yes, maybe this is just a more commercial area, I would say. I don't know what the guy said about the, let's take a look what he said, the Brentwood. The Brentwood for him was a bad place. He didn't like that. It was away from the opposite. All right. So in the woodlands, as we saw woodlands on the map, I can just show you woodlands here. But woodlands are a little bit away. Okay. If we take a look at the Austin, Texas, look at this. That's the woodlands here. Woodland parks. Take a look down there. That's West Slaughterhouse. Very far away, 25 kilometers. It's like the other side, okay? Okay, I'm not in a residential area, but we can just find a residential area here and see how things go. I always look for food. Let me see the place here. Seems to be a very nice place to find the tacos and the quesadillas. I like that. Okay. Oh, this place here. They got a trailer here. Pretty sure. You see, we found it. This is the ice cream cone. But if we look here, I think they're offering something. I don't know what they're cooking here, but it seems to be delicious. Okay, people. So we got everything here. So what's the couple's decision? Where are they going? Brentwood, Crestview, or Woodlands? What would you say?
The couple's decision.
Yes, the couple's decision.
They're going to Woodland.
They're going to see Woodland and see whether it's good for them. Okay, that's Woodland. Excellent. Excellent. Very nice. Okay. Okay, people. And now let's go for the last activity of the night. We see here, watch and study the language in the chart. The same one I told you and I send it to the group. Okay, so to the group, I send the ones I talk about the piece of advice. This one is the last one, 10.6. And after that, I give you a break. Everybody takes a break and relax, okay? Let's go, Disco.
Let's move to a new neighborhood.
Maybe we can move to a new neighborhood.
We could move to a new neighborhood.
One thing we could do is move to a new neighborhood.
Why don't we move to a new neighborhood?
How about moving to a new neighborhood?
What should I do?
You should live in Crestview. You shouldn't move to Woodlands.
Okay, people, excellent. Okay, that's nice. As I told you, when we talk about it, giving advice, you use the words that I mentioned before, and here it offers you other possibilities, just like maybe. Okay, maybe one thing we could do. Okay, why don't you? This is always offering you a nice way to tell people what to do. You don't force things. All right, that's basically what we had here for tonight. People, I will finish the transmission of our conversation, as I will ask for evaluation. As usual, it's always important that we have the basic evaluation and how the classes were for this evening. I'm sending this to our group. Whenever you can, you just click and just to share your 2 cents how we can improve our classes. All right, so finishing here the transmission right now.